In addition to that, the next seminar, which is 15 May through 23 May, it's going to be filmed. A film crew's coming up to film from London, and I'm not positive, but initially in the conversations, BBC was mentioned, but I'm not sure if that's going to it's going to be a BBC crew or not. In addition, and it's early days because it hasn't been finalized yet, but it appears that I will be speaking at Oxford in May, late May, at the Oxford Guild, and which I'm looking forward to, and it will be an open format, meaning that I'm going to talk maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes, an introduction, and then I will open it up to questions. And anything goes, any subject matter goes. I'm also told that any of my language goes, which we'll see about that if that really comes to fruition. I find it difficult to believe that when I call them all cunts at the Oxford Guild, that will go down well. But we'll see. It's early days. And that'll be filmed. Considering I think the last person that spoke there was Kanye West, which Kanye West and I have about as much in common as I do with... no, I can't think of a good analogy. So I'm looking forward to that. And they were surprised when I told them, and they didn't know this when they asked me, that one of my most successful mentees was a Oxford graduate who came to me just after finals, his graduating year at Oxford, and went on to fame and fortune, making several hundred millions, as my Swiss wealth manager would say, millions, billions, in his eyes sparkle. I think that, I don't think, but I know that the kids will no doubt ask me questions about the young man who went on to fame and fortune, right from graduation to the colonies, as the Americans are often called by the establishment here in Britain. So we have a packed schedule, as they say, with the next 10 days, 4 board meetings, and then shortly after that, I talk at the Oxford Guild, if that comes to fruition. And of course, starting tonight with my dinner with Brian Coulet Rose. One of the subject matters that I'm often approached with is I get emails quite often from really down and out kids, even homeless. And I don't know how they get to a computer to send me these emails. Of course, then again, I don't know if they're really homeless like they say they are, but I wouldn't imagine that you'd brag about being homeless if you weren't. What can I do to help them? Well, the first thing is I tell all mentees or devotees is that if I crawl down in the hole with you, I can't pull us both out. And one of the reasons that all the material, the QLA material, is on my website free is for that very kind of situation. Again, 99.9% of all the people that have been helped by QLA, I've never met, Skyped, linked, face fucked. I don't know. Only the 0.1% that have attended seminars, and in the last 15 years, in this century, only the people that have attended the Castle seminar have I ever met. But inherent in the way that I give the product away free is that anybody can use it. And so, assuming that the homeless person could get to a computer to email me, I assume that they could also get to a computer to be able to look at the product. And maybe they go into the libraries. I know when I was out of the military, a lot of the military guys that couldn't afford virtually anything lived at libraries, and this is before computers. So I assume that they're using the libraries, but I don't know that for a fact. But the materials, they're free. It just is. This coming seminar, whilst we had 5 women at the last seminar, all single women, this coming seminar, we have, I think, 4 or 5 students, which is unusual, but I believe we have 4 or 5 students. And we may have an active duty military guy. We had an active duty a couple seminars ago, which was the active duty Danish Air Force officer, but we may have an active duty United States military guy. He's still trying to get leave, etc., so he can attend the seminar. But the students add a different perspective. Now, another announcement that I just made yesterday, I believe, to the mentees, the hardcore graduates from over Christmas, whilst initially there was no mentor program assigned to it, because I didn't believe that the kids needed an extension of the mentor program, because they were either participating in a mentor program because they were still in the first year after the initial seminar, or they should have learned. Well, after 3.5 months of watching the kids subsequent to the hardcore Christmas seminar, it's obvious to me that they still need the structure. So retrospectively, I love that word, retrospectively, I'm instituting the mentor program for the hardcore Christmas kids. So instead of starting the day after the seminar, which would have been January 4th this year, it's starting next month, May, and will run through the rest of 2016 through April of 2017. And so they'll get a year free mentoring program. They'll get the monthly Zoom calls. But whereas the regular seminar it was required for them to submit weekly reports, the hardcore alumni will submit monthly reports. And that means that the hardcore seminar 2, the second one that is due, scheduled for, I believe, 15 to 23 October this year, will also have a mentor program added onto it, bolted on. So contrary to what the publicity or the emails heretofore have said, we're changing the format, and the hardcore will have a mentor program. Now, one of my favorite sayings is, never underestimate how wrong you can be. Well, I was fucking flat wrong. I thought that the hardcore kids didn't need it. I was wrong. And subsequent to me announcing the hardcore has a mentor program, some of the hardcore mentees from Christmas are signing up for the hardcore again. And as one of the kids, in fact, one of the kids that I'm going to his board meeting in New York said that the structure is what it's all about. And really by structure, he means the accountability is what it's all about. Because I make you fucking accountable for some of you for the first time in your lives. So that's a pretty big change. And I don't enjoy saying that I was fucked up wrong, but I at least am man enough, so to speak, to admit I was wrong, and so we're going forward with it. And that's one of the differentiations of a high-performance person, that they can admit when they're wrong and move forward. And we all know people that can't do that. can't do that. And a lot of times their spouses, significant others, can't do that or won't do it. They can do it, but they don't do it. But that's not my challenge. That's your challenge. So that's a pretty big step. And there are some places left with the hardcore this coming October. It's not like I have a lot of spare time to be adding another hardcore Zoom call and more reports to read, but it's something that is necessary based on the results or not as good of results as I know that the kids from the hardcore are capable of. So that I'm looking forward to that, and I know the kids are. I've been asked, what about seminars after this coming seminar in May? I don't know. I say sarcastically, showbiz is my life, and so it depends on that. I know in November, I believe my wife Sally and I are going on I want to say Scientific American, National Geographic, she just whispers in my ear, cruise, outing, exploration down to the southern part of the world, which I believe includes the Falklands and various other things down there, in addition to the South Pole, but not the way we saw the South Pole the first time, where we actually flew down and touched the South Pole. Yeah, so we're going to be in the Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle, and that'll be most of the month of November. So I know there'll be no seminars for that in that month, and as of right now, it's not envisaged that I give seminars over Christmas as I did last year. But I'm not ruling it completely out, because you never know. And having based on my recent experience, I've never underestimated how wrong it can be. You know, it could happen again. I will continue to with my Ask the $50 Billion Man and Reflections and Confessions, but a new podcast is being structured right now. And an announcement about it will be made. We're also restructuring my my landing page on my site, danpena.com, to make it less cluttered, I believe is the word they used, and more modern, up to date. Well, our sunshine has disappeared. I've told my staff that notwithstanding the apparent new interest in me, that we are not changing any of our other programs, and I am still pushing hard on the veteran idea for a reality show in conjunction with other reality ideas, but it's a slow process. That's it for today. Thanks, kids. Peace.